What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Got another good one for y'all today. Today we're taking a look at a song that I've seen mentioned a few times, Metallica, Confusion. Now, we all know and love Metallica, but this one, I will have to say that I have not heard this one before. So we are going to check it out. Highly suggested. And if you enjoy it, please do me a favor, hit that like button. We will get into it now. So, obviously, this is in a wartime situation. Probably most likely depicted something in Iraq, Afghanistan. I had to stop this because, look, I fully understand that this is not an actual depiction of the military, but it's... Every veteran does this. Every veteran I know does this. But the way she's holding that weapon is, I mean, granted it's an M4, like it doesn't have that much kick. But the way she's holding that thing, like it's all up in her eyeball, it looks like. And I could be wrong. That's the way it looks though. Ah. Okay. So I didn't know Metallica did this. So we're literally doing a song about PTSD. I think I didn't know they did this. That's crazy, bro. So to me, it seems like one of the things that, and I've talked about this a lot, but one of the things that they're picking up on, and granted, yeah, I'm looking at the video because that's really the biggest context to pull from on this. And it's you see her reacting to her environment, like the various small things, little things, not big things. Sometimes it's big things. But most of the time it's small things, like little bitty, like crazy small stuff. Like she's holding the phone and there might have been something she did downrange where she had a similar act that bing picks up on a memory. It could be a smell. It could be so many things. It's crazy. Yeah. That's happened to me so many times. Something will grab my attention, whatever it is. Like for her, I feel like with the creamer going into the coffee, when it mixes in, it kind of clouds. And I feel like it would look similar to smoke, right? Whether it be like smoke that she popped from a smoke grenade, or maybe from an explosion, or fire that was burning, or whatever the case may be, like whatever. I mean, it could be something like that. Or it could be like a puddle of water in the ground that just happened to have bloods that spilled in it. And she came by at the right time, and that's what it looked like. I mean, not everybody wants to hear all that, but at the same time, like, that's the reality. Yeah. Yeah. So, and it's like in the lyrics where it's like you feel like the pieces don't fit anymore. It's like you get back and you've been gone for months. And there's a lot of times, like my first deployment from the time I left, and I mean, granted, that was early on when they were doing R&R for a lot of people. And they sent me on R&R. They sent me back to the States. I went and, for 2 weeks I went home. But that time that I was home, like, I didn't do anything. I just chilled at home because it's like by the time I got over the jet lag and the time difference, it was time to go back. So, but anyhow, so like, that time that you're gone, everything changes. Like, not just physically, like your hometown grows and whatever else. There's like a new McDonald's over there that you never seen before or whatever. But like your family changes, right? Like nobody really talks about that up front, but it's like your kids are bigger. It's like your kids are bigger. Your wife has changed. Not only that, like your spouse, whoever it was that you left, not only did you leave, they had to learn to become you, like, and take your role while you're gone. So it's like there's so many different aspects of everything that changes, and then when you get back, you almost feel like you don't fit back into the same place that you used to be. So reintegration into normal life that you remember, right? Because like to the soldiers, like you hit the pause button, you go over here, you do this thing, and you come back, you unpause, but nothing fits. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. This is they're overlapping the experiences now, because like her real world, like this is her now, and the PTSD, the memories, the triggers, if you will, like all of the things that happen to people when they're dealing with what it, like all of these things, like for some people it's so real, it's a whole crazy experience. Like I've heard of people going as far as like they'll more or less black out, go out in the backyard, dig a freaking foxhole and sleep in it for days. But it's like this looks like where the two worlds kind of collide, I think is the best way to put that. Yeah. The shell shocked. That's actually a term that came like long before they actually came out with the term post traumatic stress disorder. And now they've decided to come out with a chronic version. But I still don't understand that, because a lot of people, I've heard some people go on talking about how you have post traumatic stress and then you have chronic CPTSD. I think it's chronic post traumatic stress, and I've been told by like from other people that I've talked to, I've been told that the chronic PTSD stems from long periods of, for example, like, or the examples I was given anyway, was like bullying, being bullied, or like various things similar to that as you were growing up, possibly a rough environment that you grew up in or whatever. I don't know. I was in combat. Now, granted, of course, I'm saying, like, I wasn't being shot at every minute of every day, of every week, of every month that I was there. Clearly, nobody was. I don't care who you thought you were. Nobody was. Now, my first deployment, we got attacked every day. Now, it wasn't all day long, but it was nearly, it quite literally was practically every single day. Sometimes multiple times through the day. But predominantly, most of the time, it was kind of in the morning and then in the evening, sometimes at night, and sometimes in the middle of the day. But it was every day, and you never knew when it was coming. It was random. Like, it wasn't, at 6:31 they're gonna drop a mortar on the south side of the airfield. No, it wasn't like that. It was random as random can be. Period. But part of the reason why is because those people, the Iraqis, Afghanis, like they don't have the greatest perception of time. So they look in the sky pretty much. If it's morning time, they reckon sun's coming up, and then the sun's in the middle of the sky, and then it's on the other side of the world. That's like not a lot of them wear watches, so like them having the ability to perceive time isn't really there. It also leads to them taking a long time to do some things that we would normally think it shouldn't take as long. But anyway, that's a different story. Random. I feel like this whole thing isn't. I just don't feel like any of this is talked enough about. Like, but I also, on the other hand, I feel like, and people don't like when I say this, but I don't really care. I'm not, by no means will I ever say that veterans, first responders are the only people that can have PTSD, because that is 100% false. I have said before and will say again and will continue to believe this, that there are people out there for sure, 100%. There are people out there that have experienced traumatic events, various different things in their lives, who have PTSD from it. There are also other people who have experienced things that they don't like, and because they didn't like it, they associate that with PTSD. And from the explanations that I have learned, those are the things that apparently are covered under what they call CPTSD. Anyway, back to the video. I can't make out. It's hard something. I can't make out what that cup says. Oh no, I done screwed that up. Oh no. Here it is. Okay, I don't know. Ah. This is the part. This is the part where you go to war with yourself. This is the hard part, because this is where you start to tell yourself that you're not worthy, you're no good, you're not worth it, so on and so forth. Like all of these various things, like all of these super negative thoughts about yourself that you really shouldn't have, right? There's really no need for it. It's almost like when somebody tries to be nice, right? And then you tell them, hey, don't waste your time on me. I'm really not worth it. But then that person perceives that as, well, why did I even waste my time to begin with? So, but it's just those sorts of negative thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Like and it's hard. It is hard. I acknowledge that. But you have to actively do something to not have those thoughts, right? You have to understand that people don't know what's going on in your head. People don't know the battles that you're fighting. So people don't get it the way you get what's going on up there. So you have to respond and talk to people as such. And those battles are really hard. I'm telling you. Ooh, crossfire ricochets inside me. Wow, I like the way that's put, because it's like you're you're shooting yourself, but it's, you know, it's going all over the place. But I like the way that they do this scene as well, because it's like she's fighting herself, and I'm hoping, what I'm hoping for is that at the end of this, I'm hoping that the today her wins, right? Because it sucks to see the other side. I've had so many of my friends that have lost that battle, and it's just, I'd rather see it depicted in a different manner. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It's tough, man. It's tough. 100%. It's freaking tough. Trying to win that battle against yourself is tough, because there's so much, especially when you have a lot of negative things happening in your life at that time. It's like life is testing you. And you, like, in your mind, you're like, I've done all of these things. Like, why is this going on? Blah, blah, blah. And then all of these negative thoughts start pouring in. You've got to learn to remain in control of your thoughts, and understand, it's like, bro, you're fine. You're good. But I really like that a lot. I really like that. I like the way that you started out, she's deployed, even though she's in the city by herself. You're almost never anywhere by yourself. Almost. I was in a couple of places by myself and a couple of different times. Especially at night was kind of the scary one for me, because it's like you can't see nothing, especially out there. Like dark is dark. Like dark is like close your eyes and put like 10 pillows in front of your face. That's dark. Anyway, but yeah, we started out with the deployment, and then we transitioned into what I'm assuming is her civilian life, but yet those demons or memories and whatnot, like they eventually start to catch up with you. And it's like PTSD is not the same for everybody. It's not. It took a long time for mine to even kick in. I went to Iraq in 2003. I left 2003, came back 2005, and then after I got back, that's like 6 months later, I was in Afghanistan, volunteered, and then I spent pretty much all of 2006 in Afghanistan, and then I didn't go back until 2013. Well, the crazy thing about it is, it wasn't until after my third deployment that, well, I guess it was a little bit before, but mostly after the deployment. I think the symptoms started showing themselves before, but it was after my third deployment where I really started to recognize. And then it wasn't until I was finally at Fort Hood when it was like, you got a problem, bro. And then, yeah, that's when all of the healing and all that stuff. Yeah. So anyhow, look, if you're dealing with some things, get up, go get seen, go talk to somebody. You don't have to go see a psychiatrist. You don't. Just find somebody that you actually confide in. Go talk to them. Let them know what's going on. It's even better if you can talk to somebody that you relate to. And then that makes for a better conversation, especially somebody who's learned how to deal with the things to at least to a better degree than you have. And then you can hopefully get some insight on how they deal with their things. But more than anything, one of the biggest things, I've said it a million times, one of the biggest things is find some kind of purpose, right? Find something to do. Find something productive. Anyway, absolutely enjoyed the song. I think I didn't know they did this. But anyhow, if you made it this far in the video, obviously you are super invested because this thing is 28 minutes long. Anyway, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, hit that sub button. And don't forget the bell so you don't miss any content. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Y'all take